Yes, welcome for the rest of the day, which I take you through. So, I want to confirm the register before we commence our session of the day. So, Kiprotich, Kiruik, Ilan?
Yes, sir.
Kiprotich, Lanat? Kiplanat, Hide? Kipet, Hilat, Kiprotich?
Yes.
Kipkalil, Koret, Kiruik?
Yes, sir.
Georgina?
Present.
Now?
Present.
Thank you. So, when I was on the way coming to this institution, I was thinking, long time ago, people used to go to the river fetching water. So, I tried to imagine how we can target years. So, our topic today is all about water supply. And then, like these our objectives, we are going to look at different terms used in water supply. But before that, who has never come across anything concerning water? Maybe water distribution from the river. Anyone who has come across any means of water supply? Anyone? Class members, anybody who has come across which means of water supply?
The use of pipes.
Pipes. That's okay. Another source? Rivers, but that one is not somehow clear, which means you can talk of, I can add, you can talk of gravity water supply from maybe the rivers. So thank you. So that is all about, and you are not very far from our topic today. So our objectives at the end of this session, I will expect you will have understand different terms used in the water supply, and also the sources of water, different sources, that is, and also the water treatment. So we move straight away to a definition of terms that are being used. Like now, the water supply. What do we understand when we talk of water supply? Basically, we mean it refers to the provision of clean water by what we call public utilities or services. Also, we can talk of commercial organizations and community vendors. So that is our term number one when we talk of water supply. And then we have what you call water supply system scheme. When we talk about water supply scheme, we talk of what we call a network or infrastructures for the collection and establishment or transmission. Then you treat what you call water, then you store and distribute to the homes. Here when we talk of what? The consumer, the consumers, and the people which after we treat this water, they receive this water and then they consume. Then what we call water demand. When we talk about demand, what do you expect from the symbol, the way that term sounds, the water demand? We talk of refers to water needed for various uses. For example, agriculture, commercial, industries. We talk of what we call water demand. That water which is required for a given use. As we have said, industrial uses, commercial, and also agricultural uses. That is what we talk of water demand. And then when we talk of per capita consumption, which refers to the average consumption per person within a population. That water that you use daily, if it is, let's have shown an example of using 20 liters of water daily. We talk of a per capita water consumption. So I will move to objective number 2, which is the importance of, but before that I'll talk of the sources of water. How do we get this source of water that we supply? Anybody with a know-how from the members? How do we get water? Yes, Bernard? You can get water from the rainfall. Basically, we'll talk of what? The hydrological what? Cycle. We will talk of the sources. Okay, Renata said rainfall. Number 2, anybody? Yes?
From the rivers, the lakes.
Rivers, but not basically, not sounding well. Rivers, what source? When we talk of a source, yes?
From surface water.
You have surface water source.
Underground water source.
Then we have the last one, which is underground water. Now, when we talk of these sources, they have different qualities of water depending on the source. Now, these are, when we talk of rainfall, it is basically, I've said, it is from the hydrological water cycle. Then we talk of the surface water. We'll talk of what? Rivers, as an example of surface water. We can talk of a dam. We can talk of what? Lakes or oceans. Then, when we talk of what? Underground sources. We have boreholes, wells, springs, all those are lies under what? Sources of water. Now, because of, we have understood that different sources of water has got different qualities of water. Like now, the surface sources, sometimes you may find it get against to dam entry of sewage. And then rainfall, depending on the atmospheric conditions, we have a lot of CO2 in the atmosphere or sources of smokes from industries. So it might not be that clean. But when we talk of this underground water source, it sometimes purifies naturally. So we talk of it is somehow clean because of that natural purification. So after we have discussed all this, we have known the sources of water. And then, what are the importance now of water supply? What are the importance of water supply? Importance of water supply. That is also another objective. Water supply. Sometimes we can talk of, we improve what we call the standard of living. Improve standard of living. Is another importance under the same. Then we can talk of saving time. We say long time ago we used to go to the river fetching the water. Now that we have supplied the network of water, then we expect that we have this now, the source of water has been, we save time. And then we can talk of, we improve health and the clean, which is safe. We improve what we call health. And then also you can talk of generation of income. Like now, places like Nairobi, see people used to sell water. So you can generate income also at the same time somebody may be employed for the purposes of maybe maintenance. You can talk of generation of income, as we have talked of improvement of living standard. I Then we have what we call categories of consumers or users. When we talk of category, we can talk of what are the uses of water in simple terms. What are these uses of water? Like now we can talk of domestic use. Then we can talk of industrial use. We can talk of agricultural. Another thing, we can talk of what? Commercial use, and also talk of what? We have what we call livestock demand. Also, we can talk of process, like now that water used for firefighting. So we use also water to do what we call firefighting. So these are all the categories of consumers or users when we are dealing with installation of water supply. We have to think of all these uses of water. And then now, after we have also known the sources, we need to understand the different treatment processes. Processes of water treatment. So, as I've told you, depending on the source of water, that is when we apply treatment processes. It applies depending on the source of water, that source of water, or the origin where that water comes from. Like now, the processes involved there, we have what we call coagulation. Then we have flocculation. Then we have number 3, sedimentation. Then we have filtration. Then we have aeration. Then we have chlorination or disinfection. Then you do what we call storage, waiting for distribution. All these processes, when you do water treatment, you must not think of the water chemicals used for water treatment. Like now, every step there, we have the coagulants used for water treatment. And then as we move, we use what we call chlorine to disinfect. That is to kill germs in the water. Maybe any germs that has got again to the water that has been filtered. So these are all what we call processes that is involved. Like now, when we talk of coagulation, that is, you add coagulants like alum, the soda ash, and then it reacts with water to form what we call flux. And then when they clump together, they decant and the sedimentation tanks in terms of gravity, and then moves down to the filter media. So, I now wish from the session of today to briefly ask what we have maybe learned from the topic of today. Somebody or any member, whatever we have learned from the session of today. Can I hear? But before that, I wish every one of us to write something that he or she has taken from the session of today as we move out. So as you write, whatever we have run today, you give me as you walk out, then we will meet the next session.